Welcome back to Hidden Power. This is a Pokemon podcast. It's been about 2 weeks since the Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day 2025. We finally have real, tangible information about Pokemon Legends ZA. We have the announcement of Pokemon Champions. You know, there's also some information about Pokemon Cafe Remix. We're 2 weeks out, and now we want to analyze everything that we've seen and invite you guys, invite our community onto the show. This episode is going to be a spotlight on our patrons. We're going to be having our Patreon members as well as our YouTube channel members call in, join in the show, and join the conversation with everything that they're thinking about when it comes to Legends ZA and Pokemon in 2025. My name is DustyGogoat. I'm also with TraderLumi.
Hello.
And SoulSilverArt.
What's up?
Let's get some people in the call. What's up?
Hey, what's good? I had two small questions about ZA.
Yeah.
Ooh, love it.
First one is AZ's Floette. Now I know like Pokemon Home does like the shiny distributions, you know, by completing the decks, but since it's most likely going to be one of the three other mythicals, do you guys think that we'll be able to shiny hunt AZ's Floette? Like there might be like multiple in like a secret area or something?
My bet would be I would want to tell you yes, but I'm gonna be realistic here and say it's Game Freak. You know, we didn't get a shiny hunt Blood Moon or Ursaluna. Daggum, we didn't even get to shiny hunt the old Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. So I'm gonna say no.
I could see it, and I'm surprised no one said this and I'm just thinking of this right now. I could see shiny Floette being a Pokemon Home giveaway. If you complete the Legends ZA decks.
I think he hates the official.
How would they do the other mythicals though?
Yeah,
I think the other mythicals are going to be catchable in the game.
I would bet it'd be shiny Diancie for Pokemon
I would
Home
love that,
for this game because it has a Mega unlike the other two Kalos mythicals. So then you can bring in a Diancie into Legends ZA. It's shiny and Mega Evolve it, you know?
Yeah, and maybe just AZ's Floette is just like shiny locked forever. I think we'll get the shiny
There's no
Floette
way
as a
to get a
giveaway.
shiny Diancie can't be obtained shiny, can it?
No.
An event in Japan, I think, one time.
Okay. Yeah, so at least not in the West.
Yeah. But I don't think you can trade those, so it's like it's essentially, you know, unavailable.
Right, that's what I'm so yeah, it's locked. So that makes sense too to do shiny Diancie. I feel like Eternal Flower Floette is so important because it's not just an alternate form, you know, based on like data mines, you can see it has a signature move, it has special stats. I feel like it is too special to be a home distribution. I feel like it's gotta
That's fair, that's valid.
Have a role in the game to get it.
But yeah, the home distribution
It might be GameStop.
Yeah, maybe.
What was that?
Might be GameStop distribution type thing, like Zacian and Zamazenta.
Even that, sure.
They haven't done one in a long time though, so I don't know if maybe Game Freak or the Pokemon Company doesn't want to do that as much.
We need Coridon and Miraidon soon.
Yeah,
they never gave
that'll happen. Well, Scarlet and Violet hasn't been retired yet. I think it's gonna be like right before this game. That's when that'll happen. Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, well, we still need the Ruinous Quartet, and they could also do the Loyal 3.
Bro, I was playing Scarlet and Violet last night,
I think,
and I sent out my Chien-Pao, and I was like, I thought it was shiny for a second, and then I was like, pain!
Did you have like a vision?
Yes,
I was like, it's so different.
Well, I thought I saw it, and I knew it obviously is not shiny, but I was like, why can't I get it?
That guy's brown.
I know.
It's brown instead of white.
Well, it was the lighting, the shadow system in Scarlet and Violet. No, this is a good question. I think we'll definitely get the Eternal Flower Floette. I think they position this Pokemon as if it is a mythical. At this point, it is a mythical Pokemon. And I say that the same way I say that like Blood Moon Ursaluna is legendary. It's one of one. It's special. There's lore behind it. It's a legend of the region. It's special, right?
You say that, but we don't really know. We have no idea. We don't even know if we're going to be able to get it in game. I am assuming that we are. But
no, I don't know anything,
maybe,
but I think they will give it to us.
Floette into it, you know what I mean? Like you give them the flower, and the flower changes them into it.
I
so
see
you could potentially get any Floette, and then you could get a shiny Floette, and then you give it the flower, and then it becomes a shiny Eternal Flower Floette.
You know, that makes sense, but I think everything that Scarlet and Violet has done when it comes to these like special locked or you know, like Pokemon forms, right? there's like I'm thinking about the Paradox Pokemon, the Blood Moon Ursaluna. I'm thinking about everything. When we used to talk about AZ's Floette in the same capacity, or like Carbink turning into Deontay, right? It's like one Carbink can turn into Deontay. I just feel like Scarlet and Violet is like the creators are thinking about this, have been thinking about this type of Pokemon form for the last 5 years, for the last generation. So I really think, and if you could, I mean, that is a cool idea. So like maybe you could do that. Maybe you could give a regular Floette this flower from the tree in Hoenn, and it becomes this. But I think if they did that, it would just make this it would make this Eternal Flower Floette it would kind of downgrade it into a non-character, right? All of a sudden, it's just like it's a boring Floette, If you could just like willy-nilly change it, like mechanically in the game, then I think it would just lessen its significance.
Now, my second question was, do you guys think that ZA might be a Switch 2 launch title type of thing? Or like it could be?
At this point,
I don't think
it kind of
launch.
seems... Yeah, maybe not launch, but it does seem like it could be like a dual release thing at this point. Because
sure.
We know, if you're a follower of the show, which obviously we've been talking about, like, we know the planned release of ZA, and it was supposed to be in 2024 that it released, and they changed everything, and it's like, why did they change it, and why is it coming out late 2025 now? And a lot of the things that I've been hearing is mostly because they want it to have like a push on the Switch 2. So they wanted to have it for the Switch 2 as well. So I don't know what... That's just like...
How do we know that? How do we know that it was supposed to come out in 2024?
Development, like the they have like meetings where like we've got some scripts of meetings.
Oh, from the Terra League.
It's from the one thing they're talking about the anime, and they say like something about how Ikaku, which is the like code name for ZA, is slated for 2024. Also, too, an interesting thing on the subject of the Terra Leak is, I believe the last time the Terra Leaker popped in, which was beginning of January, they said something about how there was a Switch 2 version, like they see coding for a Switch 2 version of Legend ZA, but like they said, take it with a huge grain of salt. I don't know that means anything, but I'm just telling you, it's there in code. Like it's listed at least.
Yeah.
I think
so. It could be.
Yeah. What are you guys feeling in your gut?
About anyway, so
because I think the Switch is going to come out maybe a couple months after. I think it's going to come after a couple months after that April Direct.
Yeah,
which is going to be fun, and honestly, we should stream that. That'd be fun. That's coming out next month.
Yeah, we should.
The Direct, yeah, we said we would stream the Nintendo Direct for the Switch 2.
I think this
game, because also too you could get ZA and because like if ZA is going to get a dual release,
or Champions even,
they could totally or Champions, they could announce in the Switch 2 trailer, like they could. Like straight up say, here's some games coming. Mario Kart, this, that. Legend ZA will be releasing for Switch and Switch 2. And then, and so that's Pokemon news,
Yeah. So I think the Switch 2 is going to come out probably in a couple months. I don't think there's any advantage to like waiting until the holiday season. I think you launch it, get the initial sales, early adopters, that kind of sets you up, gives you information, and kind of creates a buffer like all year long for like 6 months. That is the launch window, right, for the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Then you get a huge wave of people buying it for the holiday season, and then that's when I think, they're not technically launch games, but they're like the second wave of a launch game. Could be Legend ZA, could be, maybe it comes out in September in that time, right? But then like in November, maybe there's a new Mario game, maybe there's a new Zelda game. I have no idea, right? But like those other core Nintendo big hitters are coming out. Yeah, so that's the timeline. Switch 2 comes out in like the summertime or spring, whatever you want to call it. You get launch titles then. A couple months later, then you get Pokemon and maybe some other titles. A couple months, holiday season later, then you get the big hitters, like whatever that might be. Maybe the new Mario or something. That's what I think it's gonna. Yeah, that's what I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
I know we weren't trying to spend too much time.
I know this is good. This is good. We're having fun.
I know it's great. It's crazy, but this is like an important conversation too. I don't know who I was listening to, but somebody mentioned it that they really are probably going to want to push Switch 2 for the holiday this season as well. So it also says a lot to when Legends EA could come out. I still think it's going to be earlier than November because of this. Like, they're going to want like the main Switch 2 games coming out. Like, so if there was a Mario for Switch 2 or whatever they're going to show in the April Direct, they're going to be like, this is coming out holiday 2025, you know? So I think that they would push that. And then Legends EA might be like a couple months or even just a month before that. Because it's still in the same like time frame. Oh, you can get it for both kind of thing. But it is, I think, primarily, to answer your question, I think it's primarily a Switch 1 game. Even like what we saw like in the trailer looks like Switch 1. I don't it was made for Switch 1. You know, like the only way or reason that they put it on Switch 2 is just selling point. Just like, oh, you can get it on Switch 2 as well, but really it's just purely made for that. So
anyway. I think that's like it makes sense. That's something that I had said a while back about it releasing before November is, you know, this is the year of the Switch 2, so it makes sense that Nintendo might have something planned for November. And if that's the case, well, then Pokemon can't have that slot if they've already got something slated for it. I mean, I could easily see Mario Kart is like a launch title with the Switch 2 this summer, and then maybe there's like a Mario Odyssey successor that comes out in November.
These are all just like wish list items. I think a big blind spot for us is general Nintendo stuff. I mean, we love Pokemon. We know Pokemon.
Sure.
But we're doing a lot of armchair experting right now. I don't think we know really anything about the Switch. I don't. Personally.
No. I'm saying it.
Yeah, these are all just
makes
wants.
sense to me, but like I'm not an expert. And also, to be completely frank with you too, how many times has Nintendo and/or Game Freak done something that, frankly, even the experts say was not the right option?
No, absolutely. And that's what's kind of fun about it. It's like new for everyone because like. Yeah, we get a new console generation every like 10 years or whatever, so it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. But dude, thank you so much. Do you have anything else you want to bring up?
Oh, what starter are you picking?
Yeah, I was gonna say I want you to put on the board. This might be a hot take here, but I'm going with Tepig.
Oh, okay. It is hot. It is hot.
I like being a leaf head, but like it's just nostalgia for me picking Tepig.
That's fine.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine, Joy-Con James. He strongly dislikes Tepig, so we put his face on a Tepig and we call it Japig. So,
bro, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Good. That's so funny. I love it, man.
Friends in the chat. I saw Blue-Eyed Venonat is Team Pig, and also Reverie is also
wow.
Tepig. So you got some people.
Decent amount. Those of you watching, let us know in the comments. Team Pig, Leafhead, or are you a Crocs kid?
Yeah, Crocs kids. Yeah.
Also, one more thing before I go. Also, another hot take. I like BDSP.
I love it, man.
You just got the ability to shiny hunt Arceus and Darkrai, so I had
That's
to.
awesome. Dude, give us your elevator pitch. Give us your elevator pitch.
Your opinion.
Give us your elevator pitch. Like, why is it so great to you?
I think he did.
I mean, yeah, well, that was one of the reasons. Okay, I get some people strongly don't like the Chibi art style. I'll admit, when I first saw it, I was on the fence, and I was like, they're going a different route, but all right, I'll give it a shot. But I mean, I do wish that they added platinum features to it. Like the way Platinum looked compared to like Pearl and Diamond. I wish they brought that. But the main reason I like it is they brought the ability to shiny hunt the mythicals, which I was like, all right,
totally,
I'll take it.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I think that's totally cool, and I think that's something that will come back. We saw it in Legends Arceus. I think we're gonna see it in Legends EA. Those are all fair. We won't even dispute it. We appreciate you being on the show and supporting the podcast. So thank you, man, so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude. We'll talk to you next time we do this. Man. I like doing this every month. That's not a promise. Lumi and Soul are in charge of scheduling, but let's. I want to do it every month. This is fun.
We like it.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Have a great day.
You guys as well.
See
Later.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay, so next we have Blue-Eyed Venonat. You've been invited to speak, Blue-Eyed Venonat, who I believe you're another Tepig guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and punch that in.
What's up,
Big
Venonat?
Team Pig. What's going on?
Team Pig.
Hey.
Thanks for having
Of course.
having the space to have us on. And
Yeah, of course.
shout out to the whole community, man. I mean, I just like everyone's just good vibes and like it's good space, and y'all
Absolutely.
are fine too. But
Bro, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Blue Eyed Venonat.
We agree. We think.
And we
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you guys for showing up. I mean, you guys being here,
Yeah.
you guys make the community. Otherwise, it's just us yelling at each other on a voice call, you know? But
Heck yeah.
so
Well,
thank you
appreciate
guys.
it.
I'll pass it back to you guys. So what are you thinking about when it comes to Legends ZA, champions?
Presents.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll hit it quick. I'll just like high level on the champions thing. I just feel like I don't know. That's the champions is getting like the lead buried. I feel like on the trailer.
Definitely.
I feel like it's just about to change everything, and I don't know. I just think back on like these last couple like Switch games, like Sword and Shield and Scarlet Violet and all that, and it's like they've done so much in those games to like build up the in-game battling and everything, like with like the arenas and like all that. Like I don't know. I'm not a video game guy, but like that's just got to take a whole lot of development time, you know, to just like build up these arenas and everything. Like to separate like the battling and having like a living battling game and then like having the other games just be like the vibes, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I don't know, it's gonna open things up.
Yeah, that's something I didn't ever really think about. Like varied, like we're thinking about the Pokemon we can select. We're thinking about the battle formats we can select. No one's talking about customizable or choosing your battle location. That's kind of fun, right? To think that you could potentially battle.
Did, sir.
What is it?
I did, sir. I talked about that.
When did you talk about that? I must have not been listening.
I did a video on everything Champions needs to be a perfect game.
That's how you didn't
listen.
listen.
That's why I said. That's why I said.
No, that's
on my
cool.
list.
I love that.
It's on my watch later list.
Like imagine if like, you know, your Pokemon, like the Pokemon you get in Champions, obviously are dependent on what is in Pokemon Home. But then the things that you can do for microtransactions are like, I want to battle in like some of these classic Pokemon Coliseum stadiums. I want to battle in some of these classic Pokemon stadium arenas, right? Maybe there's like a DLC location to battle in that like underwater dreamland thing from the Entei movie. Like that would be
Nah, dude, it would be
So
cool even
random.
if they just took places from like other games. Like, hey, battle in Castelia City, and they like make a little stadium that's like clearly designed to be in Castelia
Lumio
City. Oh,
City!
hey, battle in Mount Moon, you know, and there's like clearly like a Mount Moon area. Like that would be so neat. Battle Revolution, I think, had like the coolest stadiums, I guess, like coliseums that you were battling in. I loved those. That was what I said in it, was that I just hope that the stadium that we see in the trailer looks really cool, but I do hope there's more beyond that.
Do we need this this Pachirisu
and-
stadium?
Like going
Yes,
back
sir.
to the Deep Coliseum and like the old Coliseum games and like some of those maps, those were sweet, man. I
Absolutely.
mean that's all my era. So
No, for sure.
I think we'll
But
100% get those in this, by the way. Not those specific maps, but just new ones. Because it's really the Pokemon Works, which is Ilka, is working on this. And they'll just be, like, creating those things, I'm pretty sure. That's what they do. They create graphic, you know, like,
Yeah.
they create models of things. So, anyway.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That is true. They're probably like maybe most of what they do is just recreating things that already exist that Game Freak has like manifested.
That's also possible.
You know, which is what we're talking about, like recreating things that already exist.
Yeah. I
What about
appreciate
like
the
ZA?
convo. Oh, ZA. I mean, I mean, like they got me. I'm gonna like. I mean,
I like that you're
don't even know if
admitting
there's
it.
Much to, it's like, I mean,
There's
I
not
love.
much to say.
They got me. It's like, I mean, I've been looking forward to. I feel like a lot of the conversation with ZA2 is like people. I don't know, like the scope of Pokemon games, whatever, exploring a region. But I feel like them dialing down the scope to like just a city. I really feel like it's just going to be like way more immersive, and it's going to be like a much better world or like sandbox.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
But-
Because, bro, I think about it. I'm like, okay, this is one game in an entire city. It's Lumio City. But what if we get another game at this same scale? What if the next Legends game is like an entire game taking place in like, I don't know, pick your
The
favorite
Safari Zone.
Yeah, right, or something, right? Like, and it would be that detailed, you know? So I love it. I think it's cool. It's immersive.
Yeah,
like imagine
absolutely.
it actually
I'm looking
takes
forward to-
a whole day and night cycle to get to another town, like in the anime. I keep going back to the anime. I'm like, I think we all imagine the Pokemon world through the anime, and I feel like Legends ZA is gonna be giving us a glimpse at what that actually is. So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Heck
Yeah.
No. I love the yap. Appreciate the forum, fellas. Keep doing it. Loving it. And
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Shout out to the Frying Hands and all the Team Piggers out there.
Dude, yes. Thank you, Van and Nat.
Thank you
We
so much,
appreciate you,
man.
man. Thank you for supporting the podcast. You know, if you want to support, if you want your name to be read, you can join on Patreon or YouTube. There's a link in the description right now to either one of your preferences. At the mythical tier or higher, you get your name read on the show. But every other, no. At the $5 tier, just $5, $5 gets you access to so much. Not only are you going to get access to the bonus episode, which is going to be on Patreon or on YouTube, but you're also going to get access to every other exclusive piece of content that we put out. There's probably like 100 hours of us
That
yapping.
library is getting big.
It's getting so
library's
big.
getting big.
There's gameplay VODs, there's live stream VODs, there's exclusive interviews, exclusive conversations.
Soul Ate an Octopus.
That's what is our first episode, I think? Second
That's
episode?
such an old one,
I think
but
it's our
yes.
first
Yeah.
episode.
And you also get access to the Discord, and in the secret Discord, this is like the covenant, the secret Discord. You get into the secret Discord. There's over 200 trainers, exclusive members in that Discord. There's other creators in the Discord. Toby and Loxton are in that Discord, for example. But in the Discord is how you that's how you can, I guess, Lumi, you kind of run the Discord a little bit more than me, but in the Discord you get access to the Battle League. You also can join in on the live call-in show that we're actually doing, but you also get 10% off merch at our merch store. So that was a little bit long-winded, but I'm excited. Thank you for your support. And who's next, Lumi?
Next we have free Metroid hat.
Oh, let's go.
You have been invited to speak. What? Go for it.
I was gonna say I have like a small request, really quick. Free Metroid hat. I think one of the people that raised their hand has to go. I don't know if we can work around it, but
what did we say?
Do you want them to go first, and then I can come back in?
no, we can go with you right now, and then I think it's like in 20 minutes. So
I'll see if I can go as quick as possible then.
No.
take time.
What, dude? What's up? Thank you for
Yeah.
jumping on the call.
Yeah.
All right. I think what I'm hoping, and I really think this might happen, is we get like maybe a couple new abilities, but also maybe new moves that we haven't seen before, like just brand new moves that work with the action combat.
Ooh.
Yeah, me too.
You know, we got new moves in Legends. So I mean, or in Legends Arceus.
That's
so.
a great point.
Exactly. I think that'll happen, and I just haven't seen many people talk about like that specific thing.
No, you're totally right. I haven't heard anyone talk about that. I think we've all been enamored or disappointed at the new battle system.
and all this other stuff. So.
Yeah. Or thinking
Yeah,
about existing
absolutely.
moves in this new battle system. But you're totally right. New moves that are specifically made. That's actually so much fun because we could get new moves in this new style. And then the big question is, how will those moves adapt and what will their effects be in Gen 10 if they're carried over? You know?
Oh man, that's what I'm mainly. Other than the actual action combat and the moving around and stuff, that's one thing I'm mostly excited for. Is just new moves that actually work with the action combat. I think that'll be really neat. Oh man, I would love that, and I'm fairly confident we're going to get that.
Yeah.
It excites me beyond belief. I love the idea of just this new action combat. Hopefully, we'll get the anime double team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just I would love it.
I'm looking up right now the new attacks that were introduced in Legends Arceus. We got Barb
I know there was
Barrage,
Headlong Rush,
Bitter
Wave
Malice, Bleak Wind Storm, Ceaseless Edge. These
Crash.
are
A lot
such
of
cool
these are
moves.
signature moves.
Yeah.
But there were
Yeah, a lot
some
of them
that
are
were like
for the
straight up new moves. Like Wave Crash is like a new move that multiple Pokemon get now. Headlong Rush is a new move multiple Pokemon get now.
Wave Crash.
I'm trying to think if there's any like brand new abilities in Legends Arceus. I can't remember.
I think so.
They didn't do abilities in Legends
didn't do it,
Arceus.
yeah.
Oh, right,
Good
yeah.
point. Good
Yeah.
point.
Right, so, yeah,
And
you're
in fact,
pointing
it
at-
looks like they won't
No
do it
loss
in
to play.
CA. As
Yeah, probably.
where you see the starter information, they don't have their abilities listed.
Sure.
Okay.
Um, So
No,
I also,
that's such a
quick
cool.
announcement, I
that's
am
such a
getting
cool
my
pick.
shirt today from y'all.
Nice.
Oh, you get a shirt today.
Nice.
Which one?
Which one did you
It
get?
comes this the Zygarde Legendary Aura shirt.
Oh, dude, that's
I-
awesome.
Okay.
That's so
Comes
awesome,
today, should be at the door
Yeah.
later.
dude. I
That's awesome.
Soul. Did you ever
Love it.
order one? I think we ordered one, right?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You haven't ordered it yet?
I'm working on it.
I thought I
My
sent you a
life has
free
been
link to
crazy.
get it.
You did. I have it up. I have it saved. It's ready to go.
It's gonna take some time to like get to you, but yeah, dude, that's
I-
my favorite. This right here, I ordered a hoodie, and yeah. Anyways, this is what he's talking about right here, the Legendary Aura. Thank you, man. We appreciate your support.
so nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, look
Thanks
at all
for
these
having me.
moves. Chloroblast, dude. There's so many cool moves. The user
they
launches.
usually-
It's a mass chlorophyll to inflict damage on the target that also damages the user and lowers. Okay, so that's like a double.
It was like Steel Beam, but
Yeah.
but grass type. It was for Electrode.
I could see.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I could see like I'm thinking about like which new Pokemon could get these new moves. Like maybe all the megas that we see get signature moves. That'd be kind of cool, right? To exemplify whatever the new power is that they gain in evolution.
Yeah. No, that
Could be.
makes sense.
Like Embor's frying pan attack, right?
Oh, it's my Embor, Ganon.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Always
Yeah.
my name is Ganon.
Oh,
It's Ganon.
absolutely. Dude, that's so cool. That's so cool. Well, free
So did
Metroid
I.
hat. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Is there anything else that you're thinking about? Maybe with like Pokemon Champions or anything?
Pokemon Champions, like I am excited, but I'm waiting for like more information on that one because like
Yeah, that's fair.
it is like a dream game, but like I don't know enough about it to like make comments on it yet. So
That's fair. No, that's
Yeah.
totally fair.
I'm very excited for that too. Yeah.
I think
Which
you
starter are you picking for ZA?
Totodile, probably.
Okay.
Either that
Shoot, this is getting dangerous.
Fair.
A lot of
Totodile
Totodiles.
or Tepig, but I'm probably going Totodile.
Okay. Yeah, it all depends on what signature move they get.
I have not picked a Gen 2 starter in forever.
Hmm.
I almost did it for on Arceus,
Yeah.
but I think I went with my first playthrough for that. I went with Rowlet.
Okay.
So, but man, I started with Crystal and I'm making my way back. I'm choosing Totodile.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can only give thumbs up. Just
Yeah,
thumbs
I mean,
up.
the first Pokemon game was Crystal. I got one. I was on my 4th birthday. I chose Totodile then. I'm choosing it now.
Yeah, let's go.
Damn.
Nice.
Dude, thank you so much for all your support. And thank you
Yeah,
for
no
calling in. I mean, you really made a huge difference.
See
To
if we can get
this.
that other guy in that was going in 20 minutes. So yeah.
No. Yeah, it's all good. Well, everyone's
Yeah,
gonna get in.
that's all I got. Yeah.
Everyone's gonna have a chance, but I just want to tell you, like, we appreciate you. You've made such a big difference in the production of
Yeah,
the
no
show.
problem.
Thank you.
Thank
Absolutely. Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
And I also want to
Also,
give a
thank
shout
you
out.
for-
I want to give
Also, thank you for reminding me. I did it.
yeah.
There it is. Trolls
Your
ordered the
gift
merch
has
now.
been redeemed. Your
Perfect.
order is confirmed.
Good. I was looking at the back end and I was like, I don't think Soul ordered yet. I was
Dude,
like,
when you
did I
said it
send
in
him
the
a free
last-
link? I thought I would yeah.
You said it in the last episode that we did, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing it." It's been crazy with Pokemon Day. Like,
No, I
I
get
haven't
you.
even been able to think.
No, it's all good. It's all
So-
good. It's all good. I just want
I
you to
need
wear
to
the
order
merch
me
when we're
some too,
live, you know?
honestly.
Like
I want to wear it.
it's so
beautiful.
sick.
So,
But I want to give a
yeah.
shout out to what is it? Astro Tempest just became a mythical tier member.
Oh, cool.
Just got the notification on Patreon, and I think they're in the chat right now. So shout out to you, man. Also
Thank
got
you so
cool.
much.
we also got a new member on Patreon. Someone Sam Cedar just became a member on Patreon. So thank you so much. I'm sure they're going to be in
What
here
tier
shortly
so I
as
can
well.
add them?
Legendary tier.
Okay.
Awesome. So
Um,
Cozy is the one that needs to go. So if you want to
Okay.
just bring him up
Yeah.
before, just so that we can get
Yeah.
his opinion out there, and then he can
Here we
do what he
go.
needs to do.
Cozy, you have been invited to speak. There you are. Hey.
Yo, guys.
Yo, Cozy.
This is so cool. You know how weird it is
What's up?
to like
Hold
listen
on.
to people who are like, oh, sorry. is
Are
my
you
volume
able
a
to
bit
turn your volume up a little bit? I got you up a little
low?
bit.
Let me see. Um,
That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
yeah, it's better
I
now.
turned.
Okay, sorry.
A little bit, yeah.
Mic is my bad.
Good, you're
You can
good.
just yell.
Yeah, yell.
Scream at us.
No, we
I
see
was
you all the
gonna say
time on
it's so
Twitter. We
weird.
see you all the time in the community. So I hope you're doing well.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
thanks for
Yeah,
thanks for
I
joining
joined-
and supporting us.
Yeah, I joined quite recently, but it's been a blast, and
Awesome.
it's so weird to like listen to people for like 100 hours and then like talk to
Yeah.
them in person. I don't know.
No, I get you, man. Listen, the first time that I
Cozy.
first time I
Sorry.
spoke to Toby was like in New York City, and it was the weirdest thing in the world. Like he was like all of a sudden in 3 dimensions. It was bizarre. It was so bizarre.
Dusty's like touching his face.
Yeah, I'm
He's
like,
real.
this isn't real. This isn't real. I'm like playing with his hair. Listen, it's great. The internet is great because it allows us to be friends, even though none of us meet in real life. It's nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, since we're giving shout outs to you three, by the way. You've been putting in
Appreciate it.
a bunch of effort since the
Thank you.
trailer, especially.
Yeah, man.
it's
Thank
been-
you so much.
Thank you.
Listen, it's fun to do, and honestly, we probably wouldn't do so much if you guys weren't here to like enjoy it with us. You know,
Oh yeah.
I mean, we'd be having the conversations; they would just be offline.
yeah.
So, thank you. Yeah, thank you, man.
But yeah, Legends ZA especially. Like, I don't have so many opinions on champions. I am excited for it. I've just never been like the biggest battler, if
Sure.
that makes sense. I am excited for it. I just like I'm it's cool, and I'm excited to see what they bring. Legends ZA I'm really excited about because well, I've always loved Kalos. I'm a big Kalos fan. I'm Belgium, so Belgium is very close to France. Half of our people speak French, so we're very like well, I'm very related to France, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's always kind of like close to home. It feels like cozy. I don't know. It's like a cozy game to play, and yeah, I'm super excited to explore Lumios. The game looked nice, I thought. At first, I wasn't so sure, but like the more I looked at it, I thought, oh wow, actually, yeah, it looks like graphically, it looks cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, man. Which starter are you feeling?
Well, it's probably very common and a bit lame, but I mean, I love Totodile. So,
It's not lame.
Nah.
Not
Here we
lame at all.
go. Here we go. Listen, everyone who picks Totodile is basic.
but
You know,
No, it's not.
broaden your horizons.
no, actually, my best friend, he was talking to me, and he hates Totodile. I was like, why do you
Well,
hate
I don't
Totodile?
hate
How
it. I think
How?
it's really great.
I know. How could you? I don't know. But anyways, I mean, I'm a bit like Soul in a way. Like, I usually don't pick my starter until we see the final form. But so
Sure.
I might go with Chikorita if Meganium ends up having like a crazy cool final evolution.
Yes.
But for now, it's Totodile.
I don't think there's any way that I don't pick Totodile unless, like, it's terrible. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
That-
same.
But
Because,
it's like, how
yeah.
could it be? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
especially
how
if
it
they
could
just
be.
get megas and the mega sucks. Okay, great. Just don't use the mega. You know?
Well, if
Yeah.
yeah.
I think there's
Right.
no way I'm not picking Totodile unless like Meganium ends up being really sick. Then I might
Yeah.
end up picking
Yeah.
Meganium.
I think
Because
if we end up with megas, I think we're in the clear because I think megas, for the most part, usually extend the design aspects that are already present. Where, you know, and you can compare that to like regional forms, the regional forms of Legends Arceus, which, again, for the most part, are like deviations or add new concepts that weren't already there. I'm thinking about Decidueye. I'm thinking about Typhlosion, right? Typhlosion does a 180, right? If we're looking at the Johto starters in ZA, and
Yeah, that's what I was
Typhlosion,
thinking about.
Typhlosion goes from like
Yeah.
powerful eruption and like a really big personality to like
Crazy.
kind of mischievous, kind of like laid back, kind of
No, kind of like
kind of a cozy, right, personality, right? And I don't think we're gonna get that
Yeah.
with Feraligatr. I would imagine And guys, I'm back on YouTube, by the way. Like, I uploaded my first YouTube video on DustyGogoat in a year, and I
Shameless plug.
and I was reviewing.
Shameless
Well, I
plug.
bring this up because I was reviewing.
I'm kidding.
I was reviewing some like mega forms for the starters in ZA, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, of course, like these make the most sense because they're extensions of what this Pokemon already is. You know, like for Alligator would just get more fearsome. Emboar would just get more tough, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
but
think
what
I
if
think
they
we're in
get
the clear.
regional
I think we're in the
forms,
clear.
If they get regional forms, though, then you're like,
No, then we're cooked. Well, no, we're
Yeah,
done.
Yeah, then there
Yeah.
might be a personality
then
change.
anything can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just like as a final thought, like another thing that I'm quite intrigued by, and I think Soul has, I have seen on Twitter Soul talking about this is, just like as a kind of theory with Vinny with the sunglasses. I found it also quite strange. Like that's one of the first things that I talked about with my friends. It's like it's so strange how they mention specifically like, oh, he's a guy wearing sunglasses. It's
Yeah.
very.
It's such a, it's just like a random one line, and the way I phrased it in the tweet was like, okay, he's wearing gloves too. Like he's a man who wears sunglasses. He's a man who wears gloves. He's wearing shoes. Like
It's
we can
very-
see from the image that he's wearing sunglasses. Why do you need to tell
I'll
us?
tell
that
you
he's
why
wearing-
it's important. I know why it's important.
Because he's good looking.
Because
Because he spent a lot of money.
man.
Oh,
No, it's 'cause
Mega
Mega
crocodile.
Mega Crocodile.
No, he's a fighting type trainer, 100%.
I think he is.
By the
crocodile.
way,
he's like
if
an
Mega
egg.
Crocodile were a thing, I would say that would be a point towards regional variants for the starters. Because then, like, you know, are they
Two Crocs.
gonna double Mega Crocs? You know,
Two
Yeah,
Mega
that's a good
Crocs.
point.
Why not?
No,
I
not
don't know,
why
my-
not.
no, they're not gonna do Mega. Why not, Soul?
My friend had a theory that maybe he has. I think I have heard some people talk about this, that he might have like a mega stone behind his glasses. But
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
We were saying that, like, what if he has like the Pegasus Millennial Eye, but the eye is a Megastone?
I think that would be maybe a little bit too much for Pokemon.
I
but
think
would
so
love it.
too. But
Yeah.
You know what though? That wouldn't be too crazy when you think about how, like, I'm imagining there's going to be some light tie-ins to Scarlet and Violet. Nothing huge. Like, it won't be like, you know, a sequel to Scarlet and Violet. But like, there's some light tie-ins between Legends Arceus and Sword and Shield, right? And that would be a cool way to do that. Is Vinny? He's not a human. He's an AI.
wow,
Like kind of like in Scarlet and Violet,
Yeah.
you had AIs. You know.
I would love
yeah,
that.
So
man.
he's
That's
got
so true.
like
They have done that
part of
before.
glasses, robot.
Wow, that's cool.
I was my theory was that he's a like cyborg version of Lysander, like that they took him out of the rubble and
Yeah,
made
that's
him
cool.
into like a cyborg, and that's why he's got his glasses on.
That's
You
cool.
know, and his
Yeah.
hair is like shaved, so you can't see that it's actually him. You know.
I like that.
Mentioned how he
Anyway.
works very fast as well. So that sounds like something a robot. could
Yeah,
do.
yeah, exactly.
He mentioned what?
If you read the description, if you read his little blurb, it's like he's an efficient worker. He's a large man who's an efficient worker. Like he works fast, and yeah, he just works really well, something like that. But it's just very sus.
Let's check this out.
Hmm.
Let's
So I
check this
hope
out.
that he like. It would be a cool twist if Jet would be maybe just like a normal person, and then Vinny would actually be the bad guy. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be
I can
cool.
totally see it.
Yeah.
I do think what they might be doing though, because they're very clear that Vinny is the bodyguard. He's a secretary. I keep saying he's a
Secretary.
bodyguard, but he's just a secretary.
But that's why it's even more sus. He's
Yeah.
just a secretary. Like what?
I'm imagining
No,
he's
like
Just a
secret.
secretary?
he's like a droid.
He's like a secret weapon, bro.
Yes.
He's a secret weapon.
yeah,
He
absolutely.
is the
You know what I can see?
Secretary has the word secret in it.
So a secretary, you could yeah, that's a good point. You could say a
It looks
secretary.
like secret army.
You could say a secretary does like all the busy work for whoever they're employed by, and I could actually kind of see if they're if these characters are being introduced as a pair, I could see every time like Jet
They
looks
are.
so prim
They
and
were.
proper, and I could see every single time that we have to battle, Jet doesn't battle, but we have to battle Vinny. Vinny's like, no, listen, she's got stuff to do. I'll take care of you, right? Or she's like,
That's definitely possible.
Vinny will take care of you, and then we kick his butt, right?
I mean, he's definitely a fighting type trainer because he has a Pancham and a Lopunny, or not Lopunny, what is his name? Baneri, yeah. So that's probably he probably has a Mega Lopunny. He's a fighting type user.
See, I hope every trainer, like every new trainer in this game, I hope they have a new Mega as their partner. They probably won't, but I would like that. I think Oris did that. Every like new trainer had a new, or not new trainer because it was Hoenn, so it was a remake, but every trainer had a new Mega as their ace, and I like that best.
Me too.
I'm into it.
Cool.
I'm into it. Cozy, do you have any other things you're thinking about?
I think that's more or less it. I also kind of got a bounce.
All right.
Okay.
No worries.
Well, we appreciate you supporting. We
for being
appreciate you
here.
calling in. It's so great to hear people.
A ton.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks so much for like having me on and also
Absolutely, man.
kind of accommodating for me. letting me on
Absolutely.
a bit early.
No,
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah, of
thank you
course,
so
man.
much. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Yeah, you have a great day.
Thank you.
Peace.
Want to give a shout out to Nate Kennedy, someone who's been in the community, a supporter of the show, just became a Game Freak Inc. level tier member
Oh.
on
Wow,
Patreon. Insane.
Thank you.
Oh.
And I saw you.
Wow.
And I saw you in the chat. So we're going to be talking to you very soon.
That's amazing. Thank
Guys,
you.
I got to call the vet. If we want to bring on the new person, I'm going to run upstairs and just take this call.
Everything okay?
No, everything's fine. The little puppy fractured a tooth, and then he got an infection. And then so he had surgery this morning to remove his tooth, which is ridiculous because it's a baby tooth. But it's kind of cute. He's a little black dog. We're calling him Toothless, like the dragon.
That's
Kind
fun.
of cute.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
so if you want to grab someone else in here, and honestly, there's a lot of hands today. We might actually need to go through these a little bit quicker than normal.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm not saying rapid fire.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like maybe not 10 minutes per person. That's all.
Yeah.
If that makes
But
sense.
it would be fun to do a rapid fire one day. Like literally just like, let someone in and they say one sentence so the pressure's on now.
Yeah.
We'll,
No, but there's so many
let
people
in-
here, so I just want to make sure we're all,
I can't see the chat because I've got like the request screen up. So I hope you're keeping track of like if there is someone like Cozy who kind of needs to hop in.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
reading
that's
chat.
what
I'm
you were
reading
saying,
chat.
Soul. You were saying they only had 20 minutes. I hear you.
Yeah, exactly.
I was totally
Yeah.
confused. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Let
I
me.
figured we'd get there no matter
I'll
what.
be back in like 2 minutes. I just need to call the vet.
Okay. See you, man. And wow, he is gone. We're going to get his replacement. Dwarfinator, you have been invited to speak.
Oh man, Dusty leaves and I'm here. Come on now.
Yeah, he did on purpose, man. Nah.
It's good that you're his replacement, so we're good.
Yeah. You're the better Dusty, and he's not here to argue against that.
Yeah, I agree. How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm up way too early, but I'm here.
Yeah, I feel that. How you feeling about ZA champions? I know you're a battler like myself, so I'm sure you're excited for champions as well.
Oh man, Winnie, you're not gonna like me with this. So, my opinion on champion. We'll start with champions because it's kind of brief. I feel like people are overhyping champions.
I can believe that. I have had thoughts about it as well.
Now, I'm excited.
We don't know anything.
Yeah, we don't know anything, so I feel like people are hyping it up way too high. It's like, calm down. We don't know anything. As a content creator and a streamer, I like it because it gives me another way to battle and interact with people. But if I didn't do that, I'd be like, okay, whatever. It's just Stadium or Showdown on Switch. I am concerned that being on mobile and Switch, the mobile part, maybe might be some microtransactions there. But we'll see. 'Cause all the other games that are both have microtransactions, Quest, what's the other one? The Quest, the Cafe, all those games, they're on both. They have microtransactions. So it's like,
Yeah.
I will say I'm excited for CA. I was a little let down by the lack of new information besides the starters, but I'm glad that we got to see the game. I'm excited for the starters. I was team Totodile, Witten, Snivy, and it was just like, oh my god, it's 2 Johto starters. No one predicted this.
It's crazy.
We all were there.
Oh yeah, I had to wait till like 8 o'clock. So I saw y'all like in the Discord posting. I'm like, I can't look.
That's funny.
You know, I gotta get that first reaction on the stream.
Yeah,
But,
that's good.
But
who you feeling for
Totodile all the way?
So far we're 4-0-0. Let the record show.
It's
My first game was gold. I traded 2 beef jerky sticks for it, and the first Pokemon I ever chose was Totodile. So
it has to be the best like trade in human history.
Seriously.
I know, you know, like the little mini like sticks that are about as big as your pinky.
Yeah.
2 of them for Pokemon Gold, like 2005.
Bro, that kid that
poor
traded
kid.
you, he probably regretted
hungry.
that decision.
I think Gen 3 might have, like, Ruby and Sapphire came out, so everybody's like, oh, I'm done with this game. You know, I'm on a new game, so they just kind of give it away.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Tell them my age.
Anyway.
You know, it's like 3rd grade.
Any like other thoughts you have on ZA?
I'm iffy about the battle system.
Okay.
I'm a turn-based guy. I play Pokemon because it's turn-based. I like being able to just sit the controller down. Oh, I gotta go do something. Sit my controller down, walk off, go do something, come back, and nothing's changed. So I'm a little iffy. I mean, I play Monster Hunter, so live it's not too bad, but it's just Pokemon's that game where I just leave it down, walk away, come back, and nothing's changed. So I'm a little iffy about that. It's the first time doing it, so you know, Game Freak, the first time they do the little bitty quirks and with it, like I don't know, but I'm optimistic, but I just have to see more.
Oh wait, hold on, Dwarfinator, hold on.
I agree.
He
said, "Hold on, Dwarfinator."
He said, "Hold on."
I am team regional forms for the starters. I don't think they're getting megas. Now, the only reason I say that is in my brain, they like doing regional forms and forms like that, so you can play with them in older and in newer games like Gen 10, 11, and so on. Because I don't.
Yes.
You know, I've seen the argument that they get megas, they'll just be getting champions. Well, what if I don't want to play with them in champions? I want to play them in Gen 10 and whatever remake, you know. But if they get megas, I won't be too upset. But I'm leaning towards regional forms. The whole fairy type, grass fairy, meganium, like, you know, it's kind of hard to tell because they did. If I'm not mistaken, they did do that in Oras, where they gave these Pokemon new moves they didn't get because of their megas type. So, now he comes back.
Yo, what's up? What are we crap talking Carnivine over here? I'm all for it.
Oh, come on now.
Dude, did you pull the Carnivine card yet in TCG Pocket?
Dude, I lost my mind. You tagged me, and I woke up and I saw the tag. I'm like, okay. I opened up Pocket. The first thing there was your Carnivine. I already tried 3 times to get a Carnivine from other packs. Yours popped up, got it, and I got it.
Yes, dude.
Nice.
Bro,
Nice.
group hug.
Group
hug. That feels good.
Group hug.
That feels so good. Nice, dude.
Obviously, the next trailer, I want to see some new megas, maybe regional forums. I think the game. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think it's guaranteed that we get like new megas.
Yeah, something
in that next
trailer. They have to show us something new. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Now I have a theory. I've seen it here and there on Twitter and on YouTube, but I feel like this game's be more battle focused. Legends Arceus was catching, was the next thing, battling. And the thing at the end of the trailer was like the little Eiffel Tower with the Pokeball. I think that's like a league, but not really a league. So you go and battle, and the more you battle and you use the different moves in the battle, you rank up. And I think there's like eight known zones so far. So it maybe as well, there's 8 stars or 8 badges. So that's how like kind of like your progression was kind of in between Legends Arceus and the main like core games. Kind of like a mix in between, so...
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would bet that'll be the focus of the next trailer too, the promotion matches, because in Scarlet and Violet, you had that trailer that revealed Koraidon, Miraidon, all that. It ended with the little teaser for Terrastal, and then the next trailer revealed Terrastal. So I would imagine the next trailer is going to focus on what those promotion matches are. And then I think like with that, because it's obviously battles. You know, it's a shoehorn to show off new megas. You know,
I think it's
Valid.
very tied to megas, so we will. Yeah, that sounds like exactly what's going to happen.
You know, the one thing about megas I'm still not unsure about. There's been the whole talk. Well, I've seen it on Twitter. Is it an O or is it a C plus? I couldn't tell you, but I'm very interested in how megas are going to work. I've seen it's time based. I have a feeling that it's a gauge that you fill up. So as you battle with your Pokemon, let's say an Absol, and you use certain moves, it fills up that gauge. Once you reach a certain point, you can Mega Evolve. And as you use the C plus or O plus, whatever letter it is, that gauge goes down. So it's time, but not really like actual time. So if you're just sitting there and not doing anything, it won't go down. But as you like use the moves, it'll go down, and once the battle ends, because I feel like there's got to be a way to like, oh, I can go grind in the this wild zone before this big battle and fill up my Mega Meter, then go do the big battle. I can Mega Evolve. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they get people to go out and train and go out into the wild zones. I'm a hard time the concept of them because it's not like Arceus, which is the whole region, like big field. So I'm really interested in how these wild zones work because we've seen Pokemon outside of them. So I'm very interested in how and why,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a mystery here. I think the wild, maybe not a mystery, but I do think they will shift and change and be a lot more dynamic than maybe we think. And I love the prevailing theory that
as you progress the story and get quote unquote more badges, the line between people and Pokemon will be more and more blurred the farther you get into the game, to the point where like, oh, there's just a crocodile outside of the Pokemon Center, which before is only in one area, so it'll kind of get blurred as you progress.
It is cool because like theoretically these areas, I mean, like what if they, I don't know, like I guess I'm wondering like how varied could they be? Could they actually be? Could the environment that is within each area be changing or changed? Right. I'm thinking about like the underground of. I know this is a different thing, but like the underground of like BDSP, like how varied those biomes are. Like, could we end up seeing something that is a little bit more like I don't know, like they could just hit a switch. Maybe you do something and you can kind of customize one of the areas to be like a snowy tundra. Not a tundra per se, but like winter. Like you enter that area and it becomes winter, because we've seen that. Yeah, kind of like with the Blueberry Academy.
Yeah.
Right. But anyways, that's what I think.
It's a good thoughts for sure.
Yeah. End of the day, I made a small video. It should be out soon.
Nice.
It'll be out soon. I'll post it in your Discord. I made a little short video, my initial thoughts. But to me, I feel like it's a lot of questions answered and a lot of questions unanswered.
For sure. And that's kind of the fun of it, though, right?
They got to keep us. They got to keep us.
Yeah,
it's not in the past.
I want to stay hooked.
Not in the past. Not in the past. That's the biggest thing to me. It's not in the past. I think it's a little bit in the future after Scarlet and Violet. That's the biggest thing. Like, everybody, it's Legends is going to be in the past. No, it's technically a little bit, quote unquote, in the future. Or modern, current day, so.
For sure.
That's a
For sure, man.
Future in terms of XMI.
But, that's really it. Like, we know the starters, we know the time period. I'm just waiting on more information. So, we'll take it more in your time.
No, I'm stoked, dude. I want to know more information. I think we're going to get it. But thank you so much, man, for calling in. Thanks for being a part of the community and always hanging out with us. Appreciate you, man.
Y'all fine with plugs real quick? Y'all fine with like little channel plugs?
Yeah, that's fine.
Y'all can catch me on Twitch under the same name, _, and on YouTube.
He's got the plug. I love it. Thank you, man.
Carnivine lover.
Yeah, Carnivine.
Dusty more. All right, y'all take care, boys.
Dude, it's growing on me a little bit.
You too, man.
Growing on me a little bit. Thank you, man. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya, bud.
Yeah. See ya.
All right, who's next?
I gotta read a comment. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it.
Okay. I did not. I was about to ask you to make sure there was nothing like that.
We gotta start working through these.
Yeah, P1 Polyrath had raised his hand, but he had to leave. So he said, hey, so I'll raise my hand, but I got to run. Next time, I'll take the morning off, but please note.
He still has his hand raised. Do you want us to pull you in, P1?
I asked him already. I already talked to him. He has to go because his boss is calling him. He said, next time, I'll take the morning off, but please note, fingers crossed for Mega Polyrath and chalk one up for the old Leaf Head. forever my first.
Yes,
starter. So
dude. Leaf
Chikorita.
heads. Leaf
Oh,
heads.
okay.
Yeah.
There we
Leaf
go.
heads.
First Chikorita on the board.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a
First
leaf
Chikorita on the
head,
board.
bro. I'm a leaf head.
That's fun. Is that a thing? Because that should be a thing.
No,
you guys
it
should
is
all
now,
join a
though.
club.
I love
That
it.
should be,
Yeah.
that's the best
Leaf
thing
head.
for it.
Oh, I love it so
Yeah.
much.
I'm a leaf head.
Leaf
Which I'm
head,
not.
dude. We leaned into the joke. If you open up the screen share right now, we got a new item in the merch store. It's called Pokemon is my favorite MMORPG.
So
Had to
good.
make this a reality. Oh my god, man. Had to make this real. And
This
you
is
know
No
what's
my
sick?
one will
Dark.
know.
No one will
No
know.
one will know what it is except
No one will
for
know.
people that know Hidden Power. That's it.
It's so good. I think the design is clean. And this is,
Yeah.
and I'm stoked about this. We actually figured out. So this is a higher quality hat, maybe more akin to like a baseball cap, or like one of those like, yeah. Just it's higher quality. But on the side of the hat, we have like our Hidden Power emblem, which I think is so cool. And I think we're gonna retroactively go through some of the older hats and update them so they have this
that's awesome.
type of like emblem on the side. I think this is so cool because again, when I'm wearing like, you know, when I buy a like a Red Sox cap, I love to see the manufacturer or whatever the brand of hat it is on the side. I think it just looks that much more professional or whatever. It's just swaggy. If you're out there, if you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, you know, damn, I love Pokemon so much. Pokemon is probably one of my favorite MMORPGs. We got the hat for you. And if you don't get the reference, go back and check out an episode from last month where we reported on a potential new Pokemon game that is an MMORPG. And we'll all take the hit. We'll all take the hit on that joke. But anyways, I think this is so sick. Shout out to Noivy. Shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. I'll probably make this a clip on Twitter. Brandon, how you doing, man?
You were on.
We're about 2 weeks out now from Legends EA and all this new information. Where's your brain at?
It's in a couple places. I'm excitedly disappointed.
Okay.
Excitedly
What do you?
Bro, I feel that so
What are you disappointed about?
feel it.
The main thing I'm disappointed about is just how long we have to wait, but that's small.
Okay.
I feel that.
I'm excited because it's Pokemon. That's
Sure.
basically it.
Was there anything
I
in the
like-
trailer specifically that? I mean, are you talking about like Legends EA? I'm assuming you're talking about Legends EA, right?
Oh yeah.
Was there
no,
anything in there that like,
Cafe
really
Arena.
struck you that
Cafe
has
Arena.
you excited?
The real time battling is amazing in my opinion.
Awesome.
I'm excited to also see what else is gonna be coming, like new megas
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I think we might learn a lot more here in the next month or two.
Is there a mega that you're looking forward to? Is there a regional form that you're looking forward to? Like, what about the starters? Are you excited about that?
Oh, and also, I have on my notes I'm going to keep track of who everyone's picking for starters. So you gotta let us know your starter choice as of now.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, okay. I think megas or regional form, either or for Dragonite.
Okay, Dragonite would be big. Dude, I've been playing Scarlet and Violet, and every time now I travel in that game between Kitakami and Blueberry Academy and mainland Paldea, I see the little Dragonite, and I'm thinking to myself, this is a tease. We're gonna get a Mega Dragonite.
Oh my
This
gosh.
could be me.
Yeah.
And then obviously, yes, the starters. Oh, geez. Starters.
You haven't thought about it.
No, I've
That's all
thought
I've been
about it,
thinking
and I'm
about.
still torn.
It's a tough question.
Oh well, if you're torn, you're torn. That makes sense.
Who are you torn
What
between?
are you torn between? Yeah.
Are you torn between all three?
No. I'm a big
I was gonna
Johto
say I
fan.
respect that.
Yeah, so that no,
Yeah.
you're a big Johto fan. I'm in on that. Yeah, you got to pick either.
We won.
The
bro.
real
We
question
won.
is Totodile or Chikorita. And the obvious answer is Chikorita.
I love Chikorita, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man, me too.
It's a great line. It's a great line.
Totodile is my probably gonna be my go-to for this game.
Nice. Okay.
But obviously I'm gonna do multiple playthroughs, and
Yeah.
if Chikorita does get that fairy form, and we know about that before I start the game, I might go Chikorita.
Okay.
Mm.
Bro, I'll be right
Yeah,
here
see,
with
it does
you.
Depend, though. It depends what they look like, right? So, you know, if Meganium's is like amazing, you're like, all right, I'm gonna switch. Very fair.
But yeah, outside of that little bit and just being excitedly disappointed, it's one of those things where I'm still waiting. I do think, like I said, we're going to learn a little bit more here within the next couple months, especially after the Switch 2 showcase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well,
We shall
awesome.
see.
Brandon, appreciate all your support. Appreciate you calling in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
100%. Thanks, guys.
Thanks
Have
so
a good
much,
one.
Yeah.
man.
You too.
You too. Next we got Suba, who we know and love as
Yo,
well. We love
Suba.
Greetings.
What's
Hello.
new, man?
Greetings.
How are you
I'm
doing? You
pretty good.
finally got to see a Zygarde, man.
Yes, at last.
At last.
Bro, that's awesome.
I'm so excited for Zygarde.
Mm.
Dude, what
I'm
have you
loving
been
your,
doing to pass the time? Yeah, you've been drawing a lot of.
Dude, you know what he's been doing. That
I
art,
know,
I
I'm
was
trying
just
to-
about
I'm
say,
trying to
I
get him to talk
love
about it.
That mega for alligator art that you posted. Stole my heart.
Yes. So basically, they haven't shown a lot in the trailer, but they've shown just enough for me to like, oh, there's the starters, let's do the megas, you know? But there's nothing really else. Yeah, we haven't seen any of the other megas, even if they are going to do new megas. I hope they do.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
Right.
You know?
It's pretty likely
Yeah.
at this point, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you never know.
Oh, here we go.
dude, there it is. That for alligator.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was trying to pull it up. Here it is.
It's hype. I have a post written up about it. I just haven't posted it yet.
These are all
Those are
original
the
original art. I love seeing the
yeah.
sketches you got here. So it's like a for listeners, it's like a gargoyle, dragon water type. For alligator, you got a grass and fairy Meganium, which I love the additional
I love the
petals all over the Pokemon. Yeah, it's kind of smiling, so it's got its eyes closed there, and the coloration is a lot different. And then you got a steel fire type Embor. This thing looks like an absolute tank. So cool, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, he did the full art. If you like go back and scroll down just one, there's like the full art he did for alligator, and I am obsessed with it.
Yeah, that is so tough. That is so tough, man. Insane, dude. Well, Suba, do you have any theories about Legend ZA? What are you up to? What are you thinking about?
I do have a little theory.
Please,
of mine,
lay it on us.
If you'd like to see. So you know, the official art was shown of the new characters, right? Of the trainers and their rivals. I have a theory why they are very similar to each other. Like isn't that suspicious?
Tell me.
Yes.
They are clones.
Interesting.
Yes.
Because in the future, because this game is taking place in the future, I'd say they're using an experiment. Obviously, they don't know that they're clones because this is the first time kind of that Game Freak has done this. It's like, why would they make the rivals exactly like as the protagonists? Like, this is very suspicious. So what they've done is probably during the story, this may be true and this may be false, but if it is true, I'm sorry I spoiled the game for you. So.
Don't worry, we're theorizing all the time out here. I'm sure we've spoiled things.
Yeah, so these obviously maybe the twin. They could be twins. Yeah, they could be, but I think they're clones because they look exactly the same. They're exactly the same, literally. Because maybe it has something to do with Zygarde, and Zygarde cells, like human cells, they change, don't they? And maybe they want to use the power of Zygarde or something like similar to evolve the human anatomy. To make it stronger, to make them perfect human, like the Sanders dream of making the world perfect. You know, keeping it to remain as the same, as beautiful as possible. So maybe they will create clones.
Interesting.
Even though this is completely illegal, obviously, because people are like, no, down with it. But obviously, there's
obviously, this is a fantasy universe, though. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So this is an interesting theory of mine.
I think that's cool.
It. I kind of want to turn it around,
please,
and say, what if we're the clones? Because we're the ones that look like Sycamore, and these guys obviously they're the same. But do you know what I mean? Like,
sure, these
some kind of like hybrid Sycamore thing that they're trying to do, or maybe all of them are clones. Maybe all of them are
clones of Sycamore and.
What if Lumio said what if this whole game is just a simulation? Maybe
It could be.
maybe Elite Trainer Kenway was right. You know, I guess something that I'm thinking about. Are we gonna see? So like right now, right? If you pick the male character, your rival is the female character. What I want to know is the male character also going to be in the game? Is the female protagonist also going to be in the game? Because I think something that we should be considering is like if those characters don't actually exist in the universe that we play as, then like are we really clones? You know, because it's like our rivals, the opposite gender.
It still matters.
It's not.
It still matters. But
No,
I mean,
no,
we
it's
can
the whole
choose
idea.
your rival, you know?
These are just questions to like. If we can answer these, then we can make it a little bit
with Soul's
stronger of a
thing,
theory.
like the idea that we're the clones, it would be that we're not clones of our rival, we're clones of Sycamore.
yeah, exactly. Like we're like a young version.
Think like
of Sycamore,
Dusty, you're a Star
literally
Wars
Sycamore.
guy. It's
Yeah.
Boba Fett, Jango Fett.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Because
there you go.
Lysander didn't like aging, so obviously maybe keep you young, so have like a clone of yourself, a younger version of yourself, and have all the memories transferred to the younger version of yourself, so you're still remaining the same.
And maybe that's why we already
Yeah.
have the Mega Stone. I guess I would say
Yeah.
Sycamore. I think Sycamore's got that dog in him. You know, I think Sycamore's a very handsome man. I think he can. He could probably afford to not have to spend billions on cloning technology, and probably could just reproduce
Well, it would be like
organically.
what's the guy with the glasses again?
Vinny.
Vinny, yeah, because obviously he's probably him. Maybe it's him like doing it because obviously he wants to keep Lysander's ideas alive.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
No, dude, I love
He's
it.
a
In the
clone of
anime,
Lysander.
Sycamore, and I think like it's stated somewhere in the games, but in the anime, like Sycamore's like a flirt. Like he's a little bit like Brock, where he kind of flirts with everything that moves.
I mean, he's sending your mom's letters.
So yeah, you send your mom letters, so
Yeah.
you know.
The
Interesting.
thing about clones is like if there's one, then there's probably more. So it's like, is Vinny then a clone as well of Lysander? So it's just like,
yeah,
you know,
I
think
also
in-
like the game isn't super futuristic. It is in the future, obviously, but I like where they kept the French aesthetic. Like it's enough.
yeah,
It's not like super futuristic.
it's
like
like-
oh, it's like literally like Tron or anything. you
Yeah,
know,
it's
not like
like
that,
15
I think it's
years in
modern
the future.
day, and that's just future. Like you wouldn't call Black 2 and White 2 a future game because it's
No.
present day. It's
But
just
it is.
future
2 years.
when compared to Black and White.
Yeah,
you know.
That's only
Yeah.
2 years after
Yeah.
Black and White, basically. Yeah, so
And
this is
I
like taking
think-
like about 15 years in the future. 20 years.
I'm
kind of.
looking more like 10 to 12 because that also lines up. I've got a whole video coming out next week,
other
in
day.
fact, on figuring it exactly where it is.
Oh,
But,
that's fun. I like
I mean,
that.
it makes sense. There's a lot of little clues they give you in the trailer that you can kind of compare to stuff
Yeah.
in other games to figure out the time jump. But
Yeah.
it's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, and another example, Sun and Moon. No one calls that a future game, even though Red and Blue are aged up. I don't
Yeah.
think it's like future. It's present day, and it's just present day happens to be
In the
past X
future.
and Y now.
Also,
'Cause
X and Y is
is
also the technology in X and Y, which was present day at the time, was already
Yeah.
like 100 years in the future.
Advanced, yeah,
You
very
know?
advanced.
So this is even more
Yeah.
advanced.
Pokemon. We can catch animals
Yeah.
and little devices that we can fit in our pockets. I mean, it's
Yeah. Well, Suba, thank you so much for honestly, dude. It's just good to talk to you. It's been a little while, but thank you for supporting the podcast, and I appreciate you calling.
Oh, do you want to know my starter?
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
do you wanna-
yeah.
So my starter's going to be Zygarde, obviously.
Yeah,
I'm just going to
yeah.
randomly choose a starter, and then just once I get Zygarde, I'm just going to throw in the trash. There you go.
Nice.
That's my starter.
Do you hate all of them? You hate all of them?
You have to name it.
I don't
Zygarde.
hate them. I just don't care. I don't hate them. I just know my starter's going to be Zygarde once I get them. I'm just going to choose a random starter. Maybe. Okay.
Well, here I'm
So
hearing Zygarde. I'm hearing the color green. I'm hearing Chikorita.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's probably the closest.
Okay.
Yeah, to a Zygarde there is, relatedly speaking,
Yeah.
of color. So yeah, Chikorita. There you go.
Awesome.
And then once I get Zygarde, just throw it in the trash. There you go. Sorry.
Hey, it happens.
Sorry.
Dude, it happens.
It happens.
Oh my
Happens
god.
to the best of us.
Suba, thank you so much for being here, man.
Been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
of course, man.
you're helping this podcast grow, so I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and your art is sick. You can check out Suba's art on Twitter. You post these on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, man. No, I love seeing these sketches. I know you posted the real art, but I love the sketches.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Suba, have a great day, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. Thank you.
See ya.
Lumi, you got it pulled up?
Yes, I do. We're gonna thank our sponsors, and then we will get in. Bramtastic is up next.
Yeah. And just listen, obviously all the sponsors, everyone's in here right now, but this is for the VOD.
We got
this is for the VOD.
double shout out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we want to give a special shout out to our mythical tier supporters. Hang on, I have to take a deep breath.
He's pokey rapping.
There's so many of you now.
He does not make a mistake when he does
No.
He doesn't make a mistake. It's the craziest thing.
Okay.
We're gonna reset.
All right, here we go. I like how he said he doesn't make a mistake and then made a mistake. Okay.
I know.
3, 2, 1. Ryan and Foziness, Cornet Highlander, Chris, Tyler Low 15, JMO557, Doom Typhlosion, Case, Astro Tempest, Patty B, Shiny, Sully the Skeleton, Travis Mashburn, Nerdy Seb, NMT Arts, Gray Williams, Night Marcher, Ogan, Papanito King, Northender, Matt Hale, and the Pokey Kid 01. Thank all of y'all. We want to give a special shout out to our Arceus tier.
Take a breath,
supporter,
buddy. You're gonna pass
Red,
out.
or Carson K. And we want to give a mega evolved shout out to our Game Freak Inc. level members, Nate Kennedy, Young Smokey, and Bramtastic, who's about to be on in a second. Thank you all.
Thank you
guys so
all.
much. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for everyone for supporting and making this podcast possible. This I don't know. This whole month has been just filled with milestone breaking. Yeah, dude, because of you guys, we hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like, how insane is that? You know, we're hitting some of our best numbers. We're
about to hit 11.
We're growing production. We're producing more content. I think that's the goal for 2025, right? You guys are supporting us, right? We don't have sponsors. We don't have we do have sponsors. We have you guys, but we don't have paid ad reads. We don't have any of that stuff. So literally, the fact that this show is going and competing and we're functioning, right? We're at the caliber that we are because of you guys. Everything that you guys support, any amount of money that you can support the show with, it greatly makes a difference. It allows us to invest more time into making content for you guys. So and having these great discussions, getting on awesome guests, doing everything that we can possibly do to just grow the brand, to grow the community. And this is honestly this call today. These calls that we do, these call-in shows, have been so much fun. I think this has been a new highlight for me when it comes to our content strategy. I love that we just have a platform now, not only for guests and for everything else that we want to talk about, but to literally talk to you guys. You know, I started live streaming in around the holidays. I was I have time. I want to talk to you guys more, so I started live streaming on the podcast. But this is awesome. I love this is the fullest version of that, right? Rather than just yapping to the chat, it's we're yapping. We're literally get to hear you guys yap. So anyways, that's we appreciate you guys. If you guys do want to join the next call-in show, $5 on Patreon or as a YouTube channel member gets you into the door. Not only do you get access to this secret Discord, you get access to these Discord calls, but you also get to join the Battle League, and you also get access to our entire archive of exclusive guest interviews, exclusive Secret Power podcasts, all of our old gameplay VODs, our old, I guess just non-gameplay VODs. There's so much content that you get access to. You also get, any sort of member gets access to, or they get 10% off all of our merch at shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. This is our new Zygarde tee right here. It's kind of a theory built all in one. You can see a little bit of Ultra Necrozma in the back. But we got so many designs at shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com, and you can get 10% off if you join at $5 a month. But if you want your name read on the show, the mythical tier or higher, everyone that you just heard, mythical tier or higher, you get the producer credits essentially. But we're appreciative of everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
Yeah, and that's the plug. And it's funny and awkward because you guys are talking in the chat right now, and we're literally talking to you guys right now. So, so let's talk.
You should support, and everyone here's a supporter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
To do it for the people on there, which, by the way, that's another plug too. Like, we do these call-in shows, so if you find this interesting and you like the idea of being invited on to talk with us, this is how you do it. Become a member. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you guys for all your support. Yeah, Bramtastic, you're up, buddy.
Yeah, Bram, you have been invited to speak, my friend.
Oh, hiya.
How you been, man?
Yeah,
it's been good over here. I've just got so many of these theories that have been constantly going on through my head for like the past 2-3 weeks, and all of a sudden I just thought, a platform, let's go.
Yes.
All right.
It's true.
Hit us.
Well, the first thing is I got scared for a second when Suba came on, because it was it's the same thing. It's about Urbain and Taunie. I think we need to be looking at them more sort of closer than we are at the moment. They are the logo for the game at the moment. The color scheme is their hair. Normally they go with the yellow and the blue, but all I keep thinking is if they're sort of working with Quasartico or working against them, the first thing it mentions on the website under their description is that they live and work at Hotel Z, which tells me instantly that they got close to AZ for some reason.
Yep.
I don't know why.
The little blurb that, like, the description about them is really interesting. It's just like, why did they know AZ? Like, why are they helping him?
Do they does it say they're helping AZ?
Working for him. So it's like,
look at the top.
Their
They're
lives and
blurred.
works at the hotel.
Yeah, they work at the hotel, but couldn't it just be a job? I guess that's true. I guess if AZ owns the hotel, then they work for AZ.
I mean, I feel like, it says supporting the owner how they can. That implies to me there's an emotion. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I used to work at a fast food restaurant. I was not supporting the owner in any way I can.
Any way that I can.
And if you want to learn more about the ultimate weapon that was built 3,000 years ago, whether you want to stop it or to create it, who better to get close to than the person who created and fired the last weapon?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're there trying to help Quasartico or if they're fighting against it like a rebel, but they are definitely someone that we need to be looking at a lot closer.
They're spies.
I agree. I definitely think they're going to be the second thing you said, Bram. I think that's what we're looking at. I think they are going to be fighting against whatever evil team there is. The other piece of information is it says they may come on strong at times, but they like helping people in Pokemon. They're quite skilled at Pokemon battles too. So I don't know. The helping people in Pokemon, you could just chalk that up to like they want to help whatever cause is going to help the people in the Pokemon,
Yeah.
And if Quasartico has like some evil intentions, I think they'll be fighting against that. I guess I could see, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I guess I could see them maybe fighting accidentally for the wrong cause. Because if Quasartico wants to help people in Pokemon by like confining Pokemon to cages or whatever, right? Like we don't know what their true mission is going to be, but if they're doing something evil with a guise that it's good for people in Pokemon, and these people are like our rivals or want to help that cause because they also assume it's going to be good, you're right. They like our rival all of a sudden is positioned as more than our rival, but almost like our enemy. Right? It's like they're the antagonist. We have to actually like defeat them, right? Which would be really cool.
Possibly, yeah.
That'd be almost like silver in gold and silver.
Yeah, that's something that does make me think that I kind of can't see them making them the main villain. If they do go the villain route and they're working for, I think they'd be more working for Quasartico or someone like that and trying to gather info. But I do think it's more the rebel side, because all three colors used in the logo are currently, we've seen them in the game. The Pokemon text has the rival's hair color. Zygarde's the next one, obviously, with the Z. And the A is the banners all over town for Quasartico's redevelopment plan. So you could even say that they're on either side of the Z. So you could say it's one versus the other, but...
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Dude, that is interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. The more I look at the A, it's just Lumio's tower.
The more I thought you said, the more I look at the A, the more I look at the A, and I was like, wow, that's deep, man.
It was deep, actually.
The more I want, the longer we know about Legends EA, the longer we know about Legends EA. Think about it.
Whoa.
It's true.
Oh man,
Bram, I love that theory. That's honestly a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because it was all from the first theory I had was basically that they're creating a battery for a new ultimate weapon, which is why they bring in Pokemon into the town. Because the last one was it used the lives of all those Pokemon to fire the weapon, and then they all obviously passed away. What do you do if you're trying to maybe turn Prism Tower in the center into another ultimate weapon? You learn from AZ, you learn how to make it, and then you bring the Pokemon into the town.
Interesting.
Which is kind of dark, but at the same time, I'm thinking if Quasartico is trying to do this redevelopment, living side by side, they could literally be trying to power this new weapon they're trying to build.
Sheesh.
I think also that the last Legends game was decently dark, and I think that this one is like posing as a lighter version, but I think it could be.
It'll probably
dark
just
as well.
as dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, if these games are for, if these are for more
they're for the older
self-serious
audience,
fans, then this is what we want, right?
Also, that does tie into some of the crazy leaks that are happening in the anime right now. I won't say anything, but there's some stuff cooking in the anime that actually ties into like perfect.
Yeah,
that ties in perfectly. So
I saw some images on Cerebi. No, I know, but I saw something on Cerebi, and I was like, "That's not a cell." I don't know if that's a leak.
I don't know what he's talking about.
It was the
leak.
It was the official.
Posted it.
It was the official new Japanese episode, but I know some people are behind, and they only watch the.
No, absolutely. Yeah, there's some big things in the last episode that is interesting.
Yeah, there's a new. There's like an event that they're doing. I think this week, where they're going to reveal.
It's on Friday.
News.
They're going to reveal new information about the anime. And in fact,
whole series.
A fun fact for those interested, I'm not going to spoil it here, but that information has leaked.
Damn.
So be careful.
Yeah, be careful out there or go hunting.
Unless you don't want to be careful. Yeah.
Either be careful or happy hunting.
Yeah.
Graham, you might want to look into it because it's very tied to what you're talking about.
I haven't been following it that close. I want to watch CA, but I kind of at this not CA Horizons, but at this point, I feel like we're so close to getting to where they're going with the end of this story that I want to just wait until it's finished and watch it from the beginning to end.
Sure.
But I did catch it on. I think the official channel uploaded the last Japanese episode on YouTube, and it was on there a few days ago, and I just watched the entire thing. And out of the blue, it was just like, I've seen none of the build up to this, and all of a sudden I'm seeing this, whatever's happening. I don't want to say anything in case no one else has seen it yet, but yeah, it's definitely getting somewhere special.
Wow.
Yeah. My best advice is go ahead and start watching it because it's hard to get through the first part. It's a different show now. The first bit is it's rough. It's not a good show at first.
Yeah, which is fair, but I'm also watching One Piece, and I'm only about 220 episodes into that.
Only 200.
Another 800 to go.
So only 220, but you know what? You've got 10,000 more to go.
I was about to say, I've got another 1,000 yet, so I'll wait until I finish that one. Maybe I don't know.
Crazy,
awesome.
So you had another theory, or?
No, there's too much going on. I don't want to take up more time. I could literally sit here and talk about the games for the next hour.
Maybe we do that sometime.
Well, hit us with your starter at least.
Yeah, please.
Oh, well, Tepig. But
nice.
Okay.
Johto is my favorite region of all time.
So Chikorita.
But the thing is, I like all three of them more than I like the Universe starters, but I got my favorite Johto starter in Arceus, Cyndaquil.
Nice.
So I feel like I've got to go with my favorite Universe starter, which is Tepig.
There it is.
Even though I do love Chikorita and Totodile, I'm going with Tepig for the starter. I've used the Johto starter so many times.
Yeah.
Tepig's gaining on Totodile, y'all. My little point system here.
In this community, it's crazy. Actually.
I think people are realizing how great Tepig is.
Team Piggy in here, a lot of
these are
Team Piggies.
The Dusty fans.
Yeah, dude.
Team Bacon Bits.
Bacon Bits, yes, dude.
Bacon Bits.
Yeah. That's funny. I know. I found my Embor in White 2, and it was named Russet, like the potato. And I was like, "That's a good name. Good name. Good job.
That's really good.
Good job, 2018 Dusty.
Idahoan.
Good job. Yep. Bram, thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for being such a pillar in the community. We appreciate you, man.
Oh, thank you for having me on. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, you're the best. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
Yeah, will do.
See you, man.
Bye.
Yep.
Okay. So NMT Arts, I believe you have to go really soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab you. You have been invited to speak. There you are. Hello.
I have been chosen.
You have been.
You have been.
How y'all doing?
Croc.
Good, man.
Good. How are you?
We're hanging out.
Oh, I'm tired, but that's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Are you tired from all of the excitement surrounding Legends ZA or something else?
Life.
No, life is lifing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everything's okay.
Oh no, everything's great.
Okay, good.
I'm trying. It's a grind
in
life right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to keep everything
Yep.
above water.
real.
I just want to say hi. I didn't have anything planned, and I'm really bad at these group calls. So
No, you're not.
Oh man, that's great. I mean, nothing wrong with saying hi. I'm glad you popped in.
Yeah.
here to say
Yeah,
hi.
this
Why
is
don't you
good.
at least
This
tell
is-
us what starter you're picking, though?
There you go. That's all we need.
I am Totodile right now.
Bro, you're
But
disappointing
like
me.
as a steel type enthusiast, if any of the final forms slap on the steel
Let's
type,
go.
then I'm gonna be shifting.
But
Okay,
what if
so
Ralligator gets
Embor.
steel?
Yeah.
So there's that. The one thing that I was watching this video, I can't remember the young lady's name, but it reminded me of what Dusty and Jake were doing about like journaling their experience playing a game.
Oh,
And I thought that sounded like an absolutely brilliant thing to do, kind of like I'm Tracy or something
It's
in the
fun,
anime.
dude.
And I figured, well, when CA comes out, why don't I do a soul and only use like the newest forms in Pokemon, but then also like I'm gonna like hand write a journal as I'm going through the
Yes,
experience.
dude.
Like, what am I feeling? What am I noticing?
Yes.
And like, why did I make this decision? Or alternatively, like, what pissed me off?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, you
I'm
know?
telling you, dude, it will drive.
Yeah.
I have never done it for a video game. This is something obviously like in school they tell you to like, record how you're feeling about certain things. I don't know. I went to like an art type school. But I've never done it with video games, and I did it for Leaf Green, and that I feel like I just because I was able to write down my thoughts and then reflect on my thoughts, I'm now able to remember what I was thinking in all of these moments, right? And I'm so ready to do that for Legends EA because I think it's going to make the content actually better. I think I'll be able to come to every podcast with receipts to be like, this is how this made me feel. When normally I would just forget about it,
Well,
so I think
yeah.
it'll increase your enjoyment of the game. Absolutely.
I'm definitely one of those people. My girlfriend pokes fun at me for it, but like I like talk to the characters like at the screen while I'm playing because I'm just like trying to be immersed. And I'm like, they're never gonna hear what I'm saying, but at the very least, it's like
Not
I'm
with that
verbalizing. I'm verbalizing.
Yell louder.
Yeah.
The thoughts that I'm having, especially as I'm roaming around like Scarlet and Violet, with all of its flaws, I'm like 800 hours deep into the game, so I'm obviously enjoying myself, and I find myself just roaming around and I'm thinking about things, and I still every once in a while come across a cave that I didn't find earlier, or a person I forgot to battle, and I'm like, oh well, this is interesting. I'm still finding stuff all these years later, or years I guess, but all this time later, and I think it would be cool to journal that down and then just like set it down and pick that same journal up like a year later when Gen 10 comes out, be like, oh okay, so like this is where my mindset was going into the previous game.
Yeah.
Maybe that's thinking too deep about a Pokemon game, but it sounded fun, and y'all's podcast kind of inspired me to do that. So,
dude, thank you so much.
Thinking too deep. It's good to reflect on things, right? So no matter what, You can
you
turn
know
something like a video game into something that helps you out too.
Yeah.
And on the subject of, like talking to the characters, like IRL talking at the screen, when you think about it, it's really not that weird. Look at all these people who play football, or watch football, and they're yelling like ref, like as if the ref on the other side of the country can, oh wait, little Jim Willikers over there in Tennessee just told me that that was
Always
a foul.
Jim.
So-
That's always Jim.
That's hilarious. I was watching one of my favorite videos, and I can't remember the creator, so if he's part of the community, good on him. He compiled all of these like streamers' reactions to the Bolo Giratina boss fight. It's a compilation of them. It's hilarious.
I don't know who it is,
I
but I
love
think
that.
I've seen that.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about because
and
I've watched that so many times.
It's so funny, and I would love for there to be a big boss fight at the end of ZA, and then like have to like set the game down for a minute. And, like I'm gonna write my rage into this journal.
Yeah, dude, you write like you write like the ultimate emo song.
So that's where I was.
I love that, man. No, that's so cool. I like that you're being I guess like transparent about how you're interacting with the game in that way. Cuz I don't think I'll like talk out loud, but I'm definitely screaming things in my head like, come on, like let me do this, whatever. But like, yeah, when we're I don't know, like when we react to stuff, like I remember when we watched Worlds last year, yeah, just like a sports game. We're all yelling at the camera. We're all yelling at the screen like, do this, do this. So that's great, man. I love to hear that. I think you're going to have a good time with it, writing stuff down. It does take up some of the time. I think yeah.
I think it'll be beneficial for me to do it with a game I've never played before, so I'm going to have to wait till like November or whatever because I don't feel like restarting a game and doing it because I just don't feel like I'll get that authentic feeling that I want to go for.
Makes sense.
So there's that.
I love it, man. Thank you so much for all your support and for calling in today.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate having me on. I'm waiting for my next class to show up, which is like a 50% shot if they actually do.
Yeah.
Get those kids in school.
Yeah, they're all playing Scarlet and Violet.
If you're a kid out there watching the Hidden Power podcast, go to class.
Log off.
Please go to class.
Please go to class.
Watch us later.
Stay in school.
Go touch grass, man.
Yeah.
No, I teach at a school for kids that need a little extra love so they'll stay out of trouble. So
that's awesome, man.
I try to like be like, hey, you should come to class, but like at the same time I'm not gonna like choke slam a kid for not wanting to play the recorder.
I mean,
and we at the Hidden Power do not endorse choke slamming children.
Please, yes. No, dude, that's really nice. That sounds like rewarding work. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
No, that's really
it gets
good,
me
man.
Through.
It's important, man.
That also means I'm usually working when you guys are doing the streaming.
Yeah.
Well, we know, we know people. I think we know people are living their lives, making a difference in the actual world. But we make this stuff so you guys can watch it at any point.
I don't want you to think you're not making a difference. I legitimately feel, that this is a very positive community that I think was needed, and that's why I pay you money monthly when I don't necessarily do that for every YouTuber that I watch.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Listen, I think we try to be positive. That is really honestly good to hear. That is good to hear. We love Pokemon, and man, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Of course. Okay, I'm gonna go hunt them down. You have a good day. Right.
Yeah, man. Get him hooked. Get him hooked on Pokemon. That kept me out of trouble growing up.
And recorders.
Yeah. Thank you, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
That's right. That's nice. That's nice.
Very, very.
No, it's awesome. Yeah. in the chat, they're saying hunting children.
No. No.
Okay.
Chat's always wild.
Okay, so next we have. Hang on.
Are we doing it by the order at the top of?
Yeah, I'm doing it by the order. Request to speak. It's in order of who asked.
Oh, okay.
Again, if someone is asking to come on a second time, I am gonna save you for last just to make sure we can get everybody. But next up is JD. JD, you've been invited to speak.
JD.
I don't know how it works. I don't know if like a little thing pops up on your screen that's like, "Hey, you can speak now."
I think it
I don't know
does.
how it works. But
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. Sorry, guys.
okay, cool.
Oh, good. What's up, man?
What's up?
Nothing much.
Love your profile picture.
No, yeah, thanks. I was on the last 2 shows, so I figured I might as well get a picture for the next time.
Yeah,
and
it's cool.
Every time everyone asks me about my favorite Pokemon, I've been saying Ceruledge lately, so I kind of think that's my favorite Pokemon now.
Let's go, dude.
See the profile picture, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, it's definitely up there for me. I was telling Soul, like, I want to do like there's a website where you can simulate, or it's like a ranking website. It basically shows you 2 Pokemon and you pick which one you like out of the 2. And you just keep clicking
I
until
have it up right now.
Yeah, you just keep clicking until like it creates it. Yeah, if you want to drop that in the chat, people can submit theirs. I was thinking about doing a stream for that, maybe on my own channel, but like basically to figure out what your actual top 25 Pokemon are. Because when people ask that, it's kind of tough to actually like get the answer.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it's like I don't even know, but I've been thinking every time I think about it, like, it goes that to that. So.
No, I love that.
But,
We should all 3 do that and then come in and like talk about all of ours.
True. Yeah, do that on our separate channels. Bring it, and then that's like almost like a tier list. Make a tier list with all of our top 25s or something.
Oh,
or top 10.
I don't want to send I don't want to send mine though. I'm gonna get like a pure link.
Well, just send the website.
Yeah.
I'm not
sorry,
trying to,
guys.
I'm
Grandpa Soul's
anyway.
got to figure out how to work his computer.
So what's your question, JD?
No, sorry. I got
nothing to apologize for. What's up?
No. I got a few theories that I've been like kind of thinking a little bit, but
hold on. Yeah, you were making pancakes last time, right?
Yeah, that was like 2 times.
Yeah, that was. I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah. But so basically, so when I first saw the trailer, I was like, Champions got me hyped. I remember I predicted it a little bit. I said there was going to be like a battle hub, but I was still I wasn't expecting it to just be thrown in the middle of like all the mobile stuff, but that got me really hyped. But then I saw Scarlet and Violet, and it was just like, or I saw the graphics, and my initial reaction was it looked like Scarlet and Violet. But then as I've been examining it, if you look at the Badoo picture on their website of the grass with the Badoo, that is what made me realize these graphics look amazing. I think what people get thrown off a lot is because it's in a city, and like to me personally, I would prefer the wilderness. But after examining this, I'm actually very excited and very intrigued by everything. That's why I've had a few new theories now. But so basically, one of them is I think AZ, like his role is gonna. I don't know. I think some people kind of talked about this a little bit, but his role is gonna be. I think he's Lysander or his relative, and I think this could be in an alternate timeline, but I think that AZ might get his redemption by sacrificing himself to save the world at the end, because he was evil. He was definitely evil for what he did, but it's not the same as to me. It's not the same as his brother. His brother was just wanted power and to kill everything, and he didn't want that. He just wanted peace. He did the wrong thing, made the wrong decision.
Interesting, yeah. It's almost like when they say like, you know, you can do, and I'm thinking about normal people and normal day events. It's like you can do a bad thing without being a bad person, right? There's kind of a separation there, and that makes sense.
It's just the extent of what he did that was bad. And might have warranted.
And he's probably regretful. I think that's another huge aspect. Are you regretful? Are you remorseful? Do you, what are you doing to change the way that you've impacted others? You know
what though? Is he regretful? Is he regretful that he killed millions, or is he regretful that he lost his Floette because of it? Like Floette left him, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
probably
he kind of always is like, I'm lonely. You don't want to be like me, but he never really like says, "Do you know like the guilt I have to live with?" He never says that. He's just like, "My flower left me."
Yeah. But so that's just what I think is going to happen with AZ, but so I think I have one like main thing I've been looking at is so like what a quasar is, and a quasar contains massive black holes in the center, and that is set in like sci-fi and certain scientific theories. That's how you travel between timelines or into other dimensions. And the way it's called Quasartico is interesting. And actually, a jet is something in a black hole where it's a light. Its jet in a quasar is a super powerful beam of light that extends beyond the quasar and emits powerful radio waves and gamma rays. So I think the Lumios Tower is going to be possibly some sort of timeline hopping device or some sort of radio wave controlling device or both, considering the fact that Lumios City is also a what is it called? A transmutation circle in alchemy.
Yeah.
And so it could all be surrounded by how they're using Lumios Tower as like some sort of time travel, interdimensional travel, something that could be affecting mega evolution. And this story could actually go really deep and really dive into sci-fi.
That's insane.
Yeah. So another interesting thing is that I actually recently played the most recent Dragon Quest last winter.
Yeah.
And I never beat it. I got halfway through, but what happens is it's based on Yggdrasil and the same type of lore that ZA is based around. And basically you get the whole thing is you're collecting these orbs to bring to the Tree of Life, and you're supposed to save the world because basically like the devil started taking over the world, but he didn't fully take over the world yet. So you're supposed to take the world back. So you go to the tree and you bring all the orbs there, and he actually tricked you. So kind of like Volo, he had you do all the dirty work, and then you get there and he actually kills everything. Your team is disbanded, and then the rest of the game is everything basically restarts with you lose all your teammates and everything, and you have to like. So I think something like that could happen too, where like maybe the ultimate weapon gets set off and we have to restart. And it's just
that's interesting because like in Legends Arceus, I'll never forget that moment where we get banished from the city or from like the town or village. I guess, right. And I could see there being a sequence in this where like the ultimate weapon or something happens, and there is like maybe a little bit of time where they're like, where you would literally think you've lost your entire team, right? That is like every Pokemon trainer's like worst nightmare, you know? We're like collectors. Imagine, and all of a sudden it's like, and basically what they would do is just basically for like a period of time, you just don't have access to your box or maybe even your party. Maybe you only have your starter or something, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe you like just happen to team up with Zygarde and that's all you have. And then just for that, like maybe 30 minutes, you feel the impact before then continuing the story, reclaiming your team, defeating the evil team, and then like getting access to everything once more.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, man.
Yeah. So, and then one other thing I had was interesting is I know how Pyoro hinted at synapse. Sorry.
It's okay. You can say synapse.
Either or.
Basically, it wasn't what people thought. Like the Terra Leaker was saying how it was Splatoon-like, but I think it was mostly just like it was he honestly could have gotten it confused, or it could have been that the Legends ZA gameplay or mechanics are actually in Champions 2 and Synapse was just the basis of what it is, and they built on it like a lot since then. And maybe it was like I think it's gonna. I was very disappointed. I was like, honestly, I've been playing a lot of Zelda, and I was debating whether or not I was even going to play the next Pokemon game because I could always just come back to this podcast to get my dose of Pokemon. And now that it's like action battles, like I'm so excited. This is exactly what I needed.
That's awesome.
I've been doing like online Wi-Fi battling the whole time, and I could just be like, since it's the same regulation game, but I'm starting to get a little bored of it. Yeah. And I had like
it's probably because it's the same regulation.
Yeah. But one thing I actually think the same battling from ZA is going to be continuing because one thing I actually learned this from AOK Craig, and I got some of this from AJ from Redirect too on your guys'
Nice.
episode.
Yeah, great channels,
But,
friends of the show.
Yeah. But he told me something called a churn rate, which is the amount of new customers coming in versus the amount of customers leaving.
Sure.
And Scarlet and Violet was the first time where they had a lot of customers return the games. And kind of what AJ was saying, like the million people online that we engage with every day is nothing compared to the 20 million that just like casually play. And if you look at, like, I bet you Game Freak has statistics, because if you look at, like, what are the most popular games? My cousin plays Roblox. He's like an 8-year-old. He plays Roblox. He plays Minecraft, but he doesn't play Pokemon. Every time I see him, I'm like, are you picking up the next Pokemon game? He is not interested.
Yeah.
And I just think that these kids, I mean, I know that it's still popular for kids, but I think it's more niche, and they don't want to be niche. They want to be mainstream.
No, that's a really interesting point, because a lot of the games you described are like they're co-op games. They're MMORPGs, just kidding. But they are games that you play online with friends, right? I mean, no, that makes total sense to me. The most popular games, I feel like, even Minecraft. Minecraft, to me, I used to play Minecraft alone in my own server, but most people enjoy that because you play it online. And also, all of those games are streamable. And I think you can play Pokemon games with friends, but it's so convoluted. It has that RPG element, but it's not like an activity, right? Like, you go into someone else's world in Scarlet and Violet, and it's like there's no activity. There's no tension. There's no nothing.
Well, there's nothing to do in Scarlet and Violet.
Exactly.
Period. But I agree so much with what JD's saying. And I think he's not even talking about like us or like older people, like just kids in general.
Yeah,
and, like,
no, absolutely.
Coming up to like how they're growing up and like what games they like and all that. Like, I totally agree that they're just trying to bring in new people, and that's what's popular right now. So that's where they're gonna go. And then they're still gonna keep stuff for the older fans, but we're not the priority, I'd say, most of the time. But
no, absolutely.
Eventually, I think the cycle. It's a cycle, right? I'm pretty sure. So like eventually it'll go back around, but I don't know how long it will take. Like what's gonna turn-based battles are going to be popular again eventually. It just depends on the next generation coming up or the ones after them. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm fully in the camp now that it's Gen 10 is going to be action battle. I think that's what they're going to do, and that's why they released champions at the right time. There's no reason to release champions, in my opinion, unless they were getting rid of turn-based system to keep it all in one place, because they would want to maximize money, and if people can't have access to it anymore, then they're going to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
But
depends.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time, but
no, man, I love this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Be sure to hit us with your starter too.
Yeah. I honestly don't know the starter. I think I'm going Totodile, but I like Tepig and I like Chikorita. I love the starters. I mean, people hate on the starters, but I think Embor's pretty cool. I think Negatium's pretty cool for like a fairy like aura. Like, I mean, I like the more edgy designs better, but I think it can be cool in its own way, like Majestic or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a melodic, like they can make it like that. But I don't know. I think I'm going Totodile right now, but that could change. But basically, one last thing, real quick, was if you look at the Patrat on the trailer. Patrat is known as the Lookout Pokemon, and like in his description, he's always on the lookout for things. So I think that area looks like it's being rebuilt, or something is being built, like it's all like under construction or something. And I don't know, something sketchy might be good. He might be working for the evil team and being on a lookout to see if anyone's coming near or anything. It just could be interesting.
Yeah,
I could see it
for sure.
Something I wanted to say is like, I do think Champions is introducing a standard for the turn-based, but I don't think that means Gen 10 or every game going forward won't have the turn-based.
No, I don't
system.
think so either.
I think it is just going to be a more
definitely
constant format that maybe is introduced in like Gen 11 or something. I think what they want to do is like check out the adoption rate of the game in itself.
I do think that it's a test more than anything. I don't think that Gen 10's changing. I think they might add some action elements into Gen 10, but I don't think it'll be like the whole thing will be totally changed. But then if it goes over well, especially with this Legends game, I think that they will eventually get there. And then they always have champions on the side, so it's like it works.
Yeah. See, ideally, I hope it just becomes like another battle style. Like you have right now singles or doubles. Sometimes you have single battles. Sometimes you have double battles in a game like playthrough, and then even things like sometimes they'll throw in like the battle royal and stuff like that. Ideally, it would become just like an additional thing that you can do in a game, and so it doesn't replace anything. Nobody's replacing anything. It's just like you have two modes of play, you know?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I just think that they're focused on the future and what the kids want, and they care more about what the kids want, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll satisfy our core old fans by giving them champions, and I think that the VGC will remain turn-based, like the actual official VGC will remain turn-based for a while, but I don't see why they can't open up another section for the VGC for that or something.
That would be cool if they do. I really hope that they do. Yeah,
for sure. And even like circuit. Poking could have been a test for that. Like it could have been them kind of looking to kind of
that
gauge.
Means it didn't go over well though.
Well, but and see that's the thing is they might have like figured out like, hey, maybe it's because of Pokken being like a spin-off game and not really like having anything to entice players, because like I never played Pokken, and then they release Unite, and Unite's actually a little more successful, and so they're like, maybe this is a sign that we kind of do have an interest. It's just all about our promotion of the games, because that's another thing too is Pokken was like one of those spin-off games that Game Freak made that they kind of gave no love to, honestly, like in terms of promoting it.
Yeah, I had no idea Pokken existed until like last year, and I played it for the first time, and I really liked it, but I think the issue is they needed to improve the battle mechanic, like the whole battle system. ZA's battle system looks flawless. I saw Jake and Dusty VOD on Dusty's like VOD channel or whatever, and Jake was talking about how you actually do become the Pokemon. When you select the move, you hold it, and then the thing turns on your Pokemon, and you have to aim, and you can move your Pokemon. I think that's just so flawless, and I think they needed to perfect it, promote it, and I think there needs to be a story to intrigue people. It can't just be like just multiplayer online battling. And there's I just think it needed to be perfected a lot, promoted a lot more, part of a real like Pokemon game. And I think ZA is going to break records. It might even beat Red and Blue.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
But I think it might. It might not. It might just beat Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield. But I think it has the potential to even beat Red and Blue.
It's definitely a new critical
that's a tough one
mechanic, And I do think there's a fear, and we've been discussing it over the last 2 weeks. Like there is a potential for this new battle system to alienate existing fans. But if Pokemon, the interview, I think it was with Ishihara that was released on Pokemon Day. He basically said like, if Pokemon wants to keep growing and wants to make it to 100 years. They need to keep innovating. And they're already the most conservative company in game developer of all time. They already
what's funny?
Cling on to old technology in ways, so.
What's funny about that interview is actually I ended up going and doing more research on it, and Ishihara was talking about the anime.
No, he was, but
talking about games.
No, I know, but that was
He's talking about Ash and Pikachu coming back.
No, I know, but
that was the context. Was Ash and Pikachu coming back?
Yes, but I think it was the overall conversation was about Pokemon lasting 100 years, and I think he was responding to something about the anime, and then there was another thing that he was responding to the TCG, but like, I think that's their sentiment overall.
And that's a perfect example of evolving. Like no one ever thought they would get rid of Ash, and they did it. Yeah. No one really thought they would do the champions thing, and they did it. So that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking, oh, they're never going to do things. Now all of a sudden they did all these things that I never thought they were going to do. So now I'm fully confident they're going to do things that people aren't.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. No, JD, thank you so much for calling. I'm
Yeah,
just looking at the
appreciate
time, and I'm looking at everyone who wants to talk. We might need to start
we
keeping
got
a
9 to go.
record. We might need to start keeping a record of who's
Yeah.
here, because I don't know how much longer we're gonna go. But JD, yeah, thank you so much, man. Thank you for all your support. We'll talk to you
no
soon,
problem.
all right?
All right, appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me.
See ya.
Thank you so much, man.
All right, have a good one, guys.
man.
If you want to be on the next Hidden Power podcast, if you want to be on an episode with us and chat with us, you can join the secret Discord. $5 gets you into the door to join the Discord. You also get access to the Battle League. You also get access to all of our old content. We have a huge archive of gameplay VODs, of exclusive interviews, of Secret Power podcasts, just standard old streams. All of that is accessible, $5 on Patreon or on YouTube, and you get to be on a future episode of Hidden Power. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks
What do we think, Lumi? What do we think, Soul? Any final thoughts?
That sounds good.
Excited.
We did it.
We
I'm
did it.
hungry.
We did it.
We
All
did
right.
it.
See,
Great.
you're uploading this as a VOD, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
like in 2 VODs. So to the people who are watching this VOD, that last VOD, this was all one.
This was the
sitting.
same VOD.
So you see 2 hours. It wasn't.
Yeah. It was 4. It was 4
But no,
hours.
It was 4.5.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you soon.